How's it going, everyone? I am here with my WWE Payback 2015 pay-per-view. Of course, Payback wrapped up not too long ago, and coming out of Payback, I am pleasantly surprised how well the show ended up being. Going into it, I was not excited at all, didn't have high hopes at all either. I just didn't care for the show at all, but coming out of it, I found myself really enjoying it. I honestly thought it was a really good pay-per-view. Definitely delivered way past expectations. Just a very, very fun show and very enjoyable, and I had a fun time watching it. I thought it was really good. So kudos to them for, blowing everyone's expectations away, because I think everyone going into it had very negative thoughts, and coming out of it, I think almost everyone had very positive thoughts about it. So kudos for them for actually surprising people and producing a very solid show here. But of course, before the pay-per-view started with the kickoff show, which featured some, I guess, noteworthy stuff. You had a Dolph Ziggler interview, you had the Bellas interview. You had a bonus match, they called it, which was R-Truth versus Stardust, which is absolutely nothing. It was just, they call it a bonus, but really it's kind of like, you're making me suffer. That's pretty much what it was. R-Truth got the win with the lie detector, so that's pretty much all you got from that. And then we had the tag team match as advertised, the Ascension versus Macho Mandow, Curtis Axel. Macho Mandow coming out, of course, in full get-up, as well as Curtis Axel coming out to Hulk Hogan's music, as well as a full Hulk Hogan get-up, which was awesome seeing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Curtis Axel fan by any means, but seeing him, the whole get-up, along with Sandow being Macho Mandow, I thought that was pretty awesome. But the match, honestly, was only like 2 minutes long. It was pretty much a squash match, with the Ascension actually winning. Mind-blowing, right? The Ascension won a match, which they should have. They should have won this match anyways, and, they should be more focal point, I guess, in the tag division. I think they should be, focused more on and be on TV more often than they are. So, very happy the Ascension won, but I was really surprised how that they won, because, the Ascension pretty much been on a downcline, downhill decline, pretty much decline. There we go. Downhill, downward, same thing. Just pretty much a big decline since they've been in the main roster. So it's pretty good to see Ascension, get a win here. So yeah, kickoff, nothing really worth mentioning besides that, I guess. But we're going to the pay-per-view, which started off with Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. A really good match here. I was actually pleasantly surprised the story they told. The story I thought was awesome. I absolutely. See, I'm so excited I can't even speak properly. I'm absolutely, I forgot what I was going to say now. I guess I was absolutely blown away. Not blown away, but I was absolutely surprised at the story they were telling in this match. They told a very good story. Pretty much the match started off, it was a little slow, nothing really happened in the match. It was pretty much, Ziggler got the, opening, just beat the holy hell out of Sheamus, and of course Sheamus had that comeback where he pretty much dominated Ziggler. So it was like, it was slow at the beginning, then it really picked up. I thought they told a really good story. Midway through the match, Ziggler was Sheamus was in the corner. Ziggler pulled his tights up and made Sheamus finally kiss his ass, which I was actually pleasantly surprised by. They did mid-match. I thought that be something they'd do after the match, but the fact that they did mid-match was kind of shocking. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be something I'd do post-match wise, but yeah, they put on a really good match here. Definitely better than their Extreme Rules match. Sheamus and Ziggler, those two guys always put on really good matches. However, I do think they'd work better matches when the roles are reversed. When Sheamus is the face and Ziggler is the heel, just look at their matches in 2012. Those were great matches. So I do think they work better when the roles are reversed, but this is still a really good match here. And just the ending, I absolutely love. Ziggler got busted open, he headbutted Sheamus, and a nasty, nasty, nasty cut right there. He was gushing blood all over his face. It was, wow, it was like, whoa. You wouldn't think that headbutt would have made him bleed as much as he did, but it did. And, Sheamus saw it. Sheamus, Ziggler was pretty much, not the worthless, but the helpless, trying to fight back attitude. And Ziggler, the visual, it was absolutely, I love the ending. Ziggler's on his knees trying to get up and fight back, and Sheamus just kicks his head off and pins Ziggler 1, 2, 3. Just, I love this match. It was an awesome story with an amazing ending too. The visual of Ziggler on his knees trying to fight back with blood pouring all over his face, and Sheamus just kicks his head off like he was a nobody. Absolutely loved it. That was an awesome ending. So a really good opening match there. Then we go on to a backstage segment with Kane, Seth Rollins, whatever. Then we had the 2 out of 3 Falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, the New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Of course, New Day coming out in a promo, which was awesome. New Day was a team I was really against. I just didn't think they worked well, but as soon as they turned heel, they definitely started getting the wheels rolling with them, and definitely, I'm starting to like them. I think they're entertaining, they're fun to watch, and I'm pleasantly surprised how well they turned around from being this boring stable that no one cared about to pretty much a highlight of the show, to be perfectly honest. So I'm really surprised how the New Day, like I said, just pretty much flipped everything within very short span too. It was the Raw after Mania where the crowd pretty much turned them heel, and you know, they just went forward from there on out. But yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls match, great match here. I'd pretty much put in the same rank that their Extreme Rules matches. Such a fun, fast-paced, high-flying, just entertaining match. This is awesome here. The first fall occurred very quickly. Cesaro and Kidd pinned Kofi Kingston when you know, Cesaro was doing the swing and, you know, Kidd hit the drop kick. So they pinned Kofi Kingston very fast on in the match. New Day got the second fall when you know, Big E took out Cesaro, so it was pretty much Tyson Kidd fending off New Day by himself. New Day of course got the upper hand. Big E hit the big ending on Kidd, followed by, you know, Kofi's aided, I guess, not a splash, but kind of just, you know, how he jumps off the second rope and aids the big ending. That's pretty much what happened. So Kofi pinned Kidd from there on out. And then the third and final fall came from the New Day once again when absolutely genius finish. Absolutely love this finish where it was Kofi and Cesaro going at it. Cesaro nearly kills Kofi with an uppercut. Running uppercut, so vicious. I thought Kofi honestly died. Pretty much kills Kofi. Kofi's on the outside. Cesaro goes to get him. Kofi, you know, does the whole thing where he pulls his head down on the rope and he goes flying backwards. Xavier Woods, not even in the match, rolls in the ring, rolls Cesaro up in a small package in 1, 2, 3, retains the tag team titles just like that. Referee never even notices the thing. I thought that was a genius finish for, you know, a guy who's not even in the match to get the winning pinfall. I thought that was genius. And hey, it sets up a way for this to continue. So I'm happy about that. These two teams will go at it for the rest of the year, and I wouldn't mind at all. Just awesome matches, and definitely an awesome 2 out of 3 falls match here. Just so much fun. And then we go on, we have an interview with Ryback backstage, pretty much just, you know, hyping the match up, which led to Ryback versus Bray Wyatt, which very surprisingly was actually, for their standards, very good match. I honestly thought this was a good match here. Just they meshed very well, I thought. You know, it wasn't slow, it wasn't boring, it was fast paced, hard hitting, and it was enjoyable. You know, they did some big spots too. You know, Bray Wyatt hit a DDT on the apron, and followed by a senton off the apron onto the ground, which was awesome. It definitely looked like it definitely hurt big time, at least for Ryback. He was definitely selling the ribs. Just, you know, Ryback did a splash off the top rope. Yes, Ryback did a splash off the top rope onto Bray Wyatt. So these two definitely, you know, pull out all the guns and definitely put on a very solid match here. I definitely think, you know, they knew they had people doubting them, so I think they purposely went out and tried to put on a match, a great match. And, you know, for their standards, they did put on a great match. You know, it was just, like I said, hard hitting. It wasn't slow, it was fast paced. And, you know, they did some nice counters, too, and some, you know, reversals. So I thought it was a fairly good match for guys their size. Just, man, really blown away how good they worked together. But the ending came, the top turnbuckle, I think, or second turnbuckle, some turnbuckle ended up getting exposed somehow. And Ryback went for shell shock, and Bray Wyatt ended up countering it and pushing him into the exposed turnbuckle, leading into Sister Abigail for the 1, 2, 3 victory. Wasn't too surprised that Bray Wyatt won. You know, I thought this match would end in a no contest, which would you know, lead to feature matches. You know, probably at Elimination Chamber, maybe Money in the Bank. But Bray Wyatt winning wasn't surprised at all. You know, I thought if one of them were going to win, it was going to be him anyway. So Bray Wyatt winning, good for him. You know, this dude hasn't had a credible win since his feud with Ambrose. So I guess it's a good way to get him back on track with where he once was, or where he once were. So yeah, good match news, so surprisingly. And then we go on to the I Quit match for the United States Championship, John Cena versus Rusev. This match, to me, I've seen this get a lot of different reviews and different reactions to it. The first half, and this match went on way longer than it should have, by the way. This match almost went 30 minutes. It dragged on way too long, I thought. But the first half of the match, I will admit, was extremely boring. It was slow-paced. It was your typical nowadays I Quit match where it's a hit, do you want to quit? Okay. Hit, do you want to quit? No. Hit, do you want to quit? You know, just every, like, 10 seconds it seemed they asked, do you want to quit? So that got really annoying really quick, but it definitely picked up, and it definitely became a really good match here. I honestly was really surprised how well this match ended up being. Definitely, I'd probably say their best match they had. You know, I'd say this match and then their Fastlane match behind that were the best matches they had. But definitely picked up. You know, Cena and Rusev, you know, they brawled into the crowd. They fucked up a few times. Rusev tried to give Rusev probably gave Cena the worst Alabama slam of all time. Like, he looked like he was going to viciously do it. He was like, it was horrible. But, yeah, it really picked up. Rusev was fantastic in this match. His selling, his facial expressions, just the way he even answered when the referee asked him to quit, amazing. He was definitely the MVP and all-star of this match. He was awesome, you know, just He was great. And like I said, the second half of the match was fantastic. I really liked the second half. They utilized the pyro too. You know, Cena AA'd Rusev onto the pyro. They got the guard railing somehow and used that to their advantage. And they used the steel steps, which Cena AA'd Rusev on. It really, you know, like I said, started off pretty bad, but definitely ended up very, very strong. And I thought this was, a pretty solid way to end their feud. And just absolutely loved the way Cena sold the pre-kick accolade. You know, when Rusev stomps on them and puts him in the accolade. Rusev did Cena, and Cena just bounced up like perfectly into the accolade. It was awesome. I love the way he sold that. But yeah, the ending came. You know, Rusev made Cena pass out to the accolade. Therefore, Cena couldn't say I quit, so Rusev woke him up. Took off the top turnbuckle, went to use it to choke Cena out. Cena reversed into the STF. Cena put the rope around his nose, because you can't put it around the throat, to pretty much, lock in the STF that way. Referee's asking Rusev if he wants to quit. Rusev's yelling in Bulgarian, and then Lana comes running to his aid saying he quits, he quits, he quits. Therefore, Cena retains. So, I thought this was a genius finish as well. Rusev quit without saying he quit. Well, he spoke in Bulgarian, therefore the referee couldn't translate, and since, Lana's by his aid, they figured, well, Lana can translate what he's saying, and, they had Lana basically say that he quit, even though, we don't know if he did or not, because we couldn't understand what he was saying. So I think that's going to be a good way to them leading it into the storyline where Rusev never said I quit, and Lana said it on his behalf, just, just to get him out of the match. So I thought that was a very smart way to end the match, and good stuff there. But yeah, a very solid match, and definitely a good way to end the feud. Next, we had a backstage interview with the New Day, pretty much them celebrating, which led to a breaking announcement that they'll be defending the tag team titles in the Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. So I'm really hyped about that. The first ever tag team Elimination Chamber match. That should be awesome. With the tag division being right now, I think that'll be a really good match, and definitely could potentially steal the show too. So I'm looking forward to that Elimination Chamber. Should be good stuff. Then we go on to the Bellas versus Naomi and Tamina. Not going to go over it. This match is absolute garbage. Tamina is horrible. I mean, she may be worse than Cameron, and if Cameron's better than you, you must really, really suck. But yeah, shit match. Naomi and Tamina got the win when Naomi, I think, threw Nikki Bella off the top rope, or she pulled her off the top rope and pinned her. It was a really lame finish to a very lame match, so not even going to go to it. That match just sucked. Then you had a backstage segment with Lana and Rusev, pretty much Rusev going off on Lana for quitting on his behalf. So yeah, it just adds more to the Lana Rusev breakup. It looks like they're going for. And then we had a video package about Daniel Bryan vacating the Intercontinental Championship. Very depressing video package, by the way. Extremely depressing. Legitimately makes you want to cry, honestly. Then they announced that they're gonna have the Intercontinental title up for grabs in the Elimination Chamber at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in 2 weeks. So that should be a good chamber match too. So the two chamber matches this year are gonna be fresh and awesome. So I'm really looking forward to the chamber pay-per-view, honestly. From there we go on to King Barrett versus Neville, which not a lot happens here. Solid match, but I'd say their Extreme Rules kickoff match was better. It just seemed like a match where it really was just filler and nothing really about it. But the match ended in a count anyway, so it was just It honestly seemed like a filler. Just didn't see much, unfortunately. But I mean, it was good. But like I said, just nothing really came out of it. And like I said, the finish ended in a count anyway, so it was whatever. But Neville hit the red arrow after the match. King Barrett hit him with a bull hammer. Thought he was all that. Then Neville came back and hit him with the red arrow. So yeah, it was just whatever. And then we're going to the main event, which was the Fatal 4 match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. Awesome match here. At first, I was like, this match is going to be disappointing, because when the match starts, it turns into a 4-on-3 match. Basically, you have J&J Security and Kane pretty much helping Rollins and aiding him throughout the beginning of the match. So I thought this match right away was not going to be very good. And then it just goes full force. This match was awesome. I absolutely loved this match. This was definitely match of the night, and man, it really was awesome. The moment they had the announce table cleared, and Orton was surrounded by all three of them, you just knew, oh shit, it's about to happen. All of a sudden, triple powerbomb by Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose, the Shield. Everyone goes ballistic, and it was such an awesome spot. And they put Orton through the table, and they laugh it off and have a good time, like the Shield's back. And then they quickly realize, well, at least Ambrose and Rollins, or Ambrose and Reigns, they go, we fucking hate Rollins. So they beat down Rollins. They actually end up powerbombing him, and they actually end up powerbombing Kane on Rollins through the Spanish announce table, so that was pretty cool. So then you had a pretty cool moment of Ambrose and Reigns going at it, which was actually pretty good. And then just this match was just, it was awesome. You know, like I said, it started off like whatever, then it just picked up. All three members of the Shield, Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins, were definitely put on a one hell of a performance. It got to the point where you forgot Orton was even in the match because he got taken out by that powerbomb, and you didn't see him for like 10 minutes. So he was pretty much gone up until the ending of the match, where he just ended up hitting RKOs and everyone. And then ending came when, of course, Ambrose hits the Dirty Deeds on Rollins, about to win the title. Then, of course, J&J involved. Kane ends up chokeslamming him, and then Kane takes out. No, Kane takes Ambrose out, takes out Rollins and Reigns with the steel steps, choke slams Reigns onto the steel steps. Orton RKOs and everyone. J&J security RKO and Kane. Rollins gets in the ring, hits a pedigree. Yes, Rollins hits a pedigree on Orton for the 1-2-3 victory to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This match, like I said, is just absolutely insane. The spots on it were just awesome. Like I said, the Shield triple power bomb to, you know, Ambrose and Reigns going at it, to Rollins getting involved, and all three of the members of the Shield are going at it. Just an extremely fun and exciting match. Definitely a match of the night. And then, you know, at the end, you know, Rollins celebrating. Triple H comes out and holds the title up with him. So Payback, definitely a good, very good pay-per-view. Very surprising how well it turned out to be. And I'm very excited to see where they go forward. Hopefully they do good things. You know, they have, coming out of the show, honestly, a bunch of guys have a lot of momentum. And maybe if they didn't win their match, doesn't mean they don't have momentum still. You know, they still look good the way they lost to. So I'm definitely excited to see where they go going forward. And I'm definitely looking forward to the Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. Hopefully that should be a good show. But yeah, that'll do it for this pay-per-view review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the pay-per-view as well. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry, but if you did, awesome. Leave your guys' thoughts below in the comments if you'd like about the pay-per-view. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.